We'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land on which this project is created, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We'd also like to pay respects to their elders past, present, and emerging.
Settle down and gather round for another tale. In the world of Nua, where time has carved and cultivated a magical utopia of wonder, a small group of adventurers unlock the deep mysteries of the land, its people, and themselves. Welcome to the Down Under Dungeon podcast.
Notes for the 20th day of summer. Spell scrolls acquired. Will be useful. Magic being dropped into sand. Observations. Alters soil composition. Delivers magic sword. Further testing needed. Hard to say if the rest will lead to such positive outcomes. Does Lysandra taking the sword equal stealing? Stealing weapons does seem less important than stealing water. Probably no worries there. So tired. Nearly to Lal Drud. Copying down spells, ancient origins, fake connection, difficult to extrapolate. Notes for the 21st day of summer. Early wake up to continue on scrolls. Fang and Lysandra outside the tent talking about fire and personal growth. Makes it a bit difficult to concentrate. Find library. Hopefully Lalodr has books. European rush? Why? How to process? What uses? Yalscruff is Louis' friend? Maybe worth meeting. Made it to Laludrud. What is up with the kids in this town? Are they child watermongers? Why are the Jarl and Miss Constantine so hot? Confirmed. Stealing water? Not appreciated here. Executable offense. Louis title... Lady Louis? Why? Where? Many questions. Why doesn't Fang want to do his trial? Jobs on notice board. Lost artifact priority number 1. Find Professor Cressa. Some other posts about a lost child. Circle of Stone cleansing ritual out in the field. George in marketing. Fang has criticisms. Found the Four Eyes. An academic oasis in the desert. My new home. Never mind. Professor Cressa and her assistant creep me the fuck out. Research being done into a civilization predating wood elves in Nuar. Joining a 2-week expedition for the artifact. Europium used for new arcana integrated technology. Element is extremely scarce. Mined here and then delivered elsewhere for experimentation. A few days before expedition will happen, finding Mantelope Wrangler's daughter is new first priority. Will potentially secure a discount for transport.
So, the last time we left off, you had just accepted a quest from the Professor Caressa.
Professor Caressa.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
At the Four Eyes Outpost. You have a couple of days to get ready while the academics themselves prepare their works. You have been granted the Four Eyes Outpost as a base of operations, and so now have the range of the city to explore. You've made your way out to perhaps try and find some pack animals and perhaps some equipment to help you on your expedition. You have just been heckled by some drunken citizens of the city in the midday heat, and have just walked past the tent of what you expect to be Persephone.
Cool. So we're going to go completely past that and go find antelopes.
I have made. You promised me that we're gonna come back to it.
Our to-do list is growing.
Yes.
Do we have a physical copy of a to-do list, or is
Yes.
it just mental?
No, that makes me stressed if we've actually got one.
I have a physical
Wait,
copy.
can I see it? What's written on that?
Currently, there's check on Yellen and Fang's test.
No, not a test.
I'm not on there.
What was our plan?
We're doing your thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing.
You're not on there yet, but you will be on there.
That's very true.
So what was our plan again? We had to get mantelopes, and there was also that mission on the notice board to find something to do with the mantelope
Yeah,
daughter.
My thought was if we need
A discount.
Yeah, or if we need rides, if we need steeds, then may as well go to the person who's looking for help with stuff so we can help him out, and then he'll hopefully give us something in return that we can use.
Yeah, sounds good. So do we want to make our way to the Mantelope grazing ground? Is that where they would be, maybe?
I think that's where it said it was.
Cool.
Probably a good idea.
Sure.
So let's do it.
Okay, you begin to move your way through and out of the tent city, moving to the east and kind of almost approaching the city from the top of the gorge. You begin to wind your way upwards. The wind whipping through the cavern sends an updraft of the smell of the city, and large, smooth boulders cluster in the landscape before you. They're bedecked at the base with grasses, almost making them resemble huge eggs in wiry nests. Eventually, you cross over a modest stone fence, probably only about the height of your knee, and it's carved with intricate runes at the fence post. What would you like to do?
I will emphasize the fact that as we've been going up this hill, Louis has absolutely been using the sword to just literally stick it in and kind of hoik herself up behind it.
Like
So she's
climbing.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just you stick it and then step, stick it in, step. She's dragging herself up this hill. Can we see a farmhouse or anyone around?
Yeah, you can make me whatever kind of checks you'd like to make.
Cool.
What did everyone get?
I got an 18 perception.
I got an 18 investigation.
Okay.
17 perception.
A natural 20 plus 2 perception, so 22.
Yeah.
We can roll well to find a person. We cannot roll well on anything else.
No, we find no house. No one's found.
So you see an array of mantelopes, even juvenile ones, whom skim across the ground, having not fully developed their flight feathers. You see larger mantelopes congregating in the air and watching over them. You also notice 2 large bronze troughs. They're empty, and they have small windmill-like contraptions hitched at the rim of them. You see a wattle and daub hut, which is kind of like a makeshift hut beyond these 2 troughs, but even with that nat 20, it seems completely deserted.
So there is actually no one home.
Really.
Love that.
With that investigation, Quig, you do notice that there appears to be runes inscribed on the fence.
Sense. Are we walking up right now?
Yeah, things probably got to
I imagine
hack the
it's-
antelopes.
I guess I would probably imagine it's probably some sort of abjuration to protect the antelopes.
Yeah, you would assume that it's either to protect the mantelopes or to stop the mantelopes from getting out.
Gotcha.
That would probably make more
That would
sense.
make more
Electric
sense.
fence magic.
Did you say the trough is empty? They've got no food?
As soon as you move over to the trough, you begin to start hearing huffs and puffs and pants from behind you in the trail. And around the corner appears an armadillo folk.
Sick.
An armadillo folk rounds the bend, sporting 2 enormous ceramic jugs tied to a truss around his round, shell-guarded shoulders. He takes a look at all of you guys and is going to make a dexterity saving throw to try and not drop one of the parts.
No, no.
Yeah, you see, he sees you and goes, "Oh!" And then some of the water sloshes out of the ceramic jug, and quickly rights himself and turns to you and says, "Oh, good afternoon, what are y'all doing here?"
Hi, we were following up on the notice on the notice board down in the town.
As soon as you mention the notice board, his face falls a little bit, and he tries to gather himself and arduously arbors his way over the small fence and waddles up to the troughs. You see he deposits both of the containers of water into the troughs, and immediately the windmill contraptions begin to spin, agitating the surface of the water. He turns to you and says, "Well, yes, my daughter's gone missing, you know. It is real good for you. I've had that poster up for a couple days now. No one's come out to help me, but look, I'm getting a little bit worried. You know, Irene, she's known to wander off now and then, but it's been a couple of days now, and I'm concerned she could have gotten herself into some trouble in the city. The only information I've gleaned is some people said they heard her talking to these people in black cloaks a few weeks back outside of Miss Miranda's saloon there."
How old is your daughter?
Well, in armadillo years, she starts doing the math. It's like, she'd only be, young for her age, probably about 14 to 15.
Oh, baby. Okay.
But, she grew out here on the farm with me, so, she's pretty tough. But, I'm just a father that's just starting to worry.
Yeah, of course. Especially when kids go missing, it's always a worrying affair. So, okay, well, seems like Saloon is where we should go to find the Black Cloaks, follow up on that lead if we want to.
Did she have any places that she normally liked to hang out?
I usually keep pretty busy here up to the farm. This is why I'm bothering you all, because she could be out there picking lichen and mushrooms, and that's pretty normal behavior for her. But if she was doing that, she'd be back by now. So that's why I think she's up to something she normally wouldn't be doing.
If we find her and bring her back, would we be able to ask if we could borrow some of your mantlepes for a journey of a couple of weeks?
Borrow them? I mean, I'm happy to give you one for your troubles.
Thank you. Yeah. Does that sound amenable to everyone?
Yeah, great.
That sounds good.
Wonderful. All right. We'll get right on it.
Thank you. And you see he spins the little windmill contraptions in the troughs again.
I'm intrigued. How full are the troughs? Is there enough water?
No, there's lots of water in the
Okay.
troughs now. And then you see the mantelope begin to come down and start to drink from these troughs. You see he points to the windmills and he's like, yeah, these are just there to agitate the water. Sometimes they get a bit spooked by their own reflection.
I can relate.
But believe, if you can help me find Irene, bring her back safe in one piece, I'll happy to give you a mantelope for your troubles.
Perfect. I'm so sorry, sir. We didn't catch your name.
Oh, my name's Arnold.
Arnold.
Arnold the Armadillo.
For sure. If you need anything else, make sure you go and speak to my cousin Andrew. He can also help you out.
That name rings a bell.
Where might we find him?
He's got a general store down there in the tent city.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sounds like somewhere we'd probably have to go anyway.
Well,
Can I sneak a pat of one of the mantelopes in before we go?
Give me an animal
I'll
handler check.
sneak one in.
Nat 20!
Yes!
Yes.
It's just done.
You're saying why you hear a kind of a from Feng as you see a mantelope has full on consumed his entire hand in their open gummy mouth.
That's okay.
It's like a baby cut. It smells it feels like wet sandpaper as it's just sucking on your hand.
Oh, I take you with me. I steal him. I would, but I don't want.
And you see it groans and kind of nuzzles it and starts to bite at the hems of your clothes.
Does this one have a name?
I don't like to get too attached. The ones we don't sell for caravans and stuff. The doctor will take them. The mantelope steak is quite tasty.
Okay, this is Cecilia, and we will come back for her when we find your daughter.
And with that, you leave Arnold and Cecilia.
I think as we're leaving, Louis is just going to take a second as we're just heading down the hill and take a look back at the mantelopes, because the last time that she saw a big assembled group of them was when her and Garib were kind of talking just before everything went to shit at the caravan, and she just kind of has a small little sad sigh and says, "Hope you're resting well, friend," and then follows the group down.
We did also run into that mantelope wrangler that was bringing them here to sell them. I'm surprised we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, I wonder.
All right, so where are you off to now?
The saloon, I guess?
Yeah, the saloon.
Yeah? What did Arnold say to do at the general store to his brother?
If we need help to ask Andrew.
Okay, sweet.
His cousin, yeah.
Okay, let's do the saloon first then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, the general store is on the way to the saloon.
Okay,
Let's do the general store first then.
See what we can find out about this saloon from Andrew.
Yeah.
As you're walking back down into the tent city, the words of Arnold kind of permeates through your ears when he talks about his cousin Andrew. Basically saying that Andrew means well, but the one thing that dominates his prefrontal cortex most is gold, and lots of it. And whereas Arnold chose the simple life, Andrew is pretty much has completely bought into the money-making side of the city.
Capitalism.
Arnold described him as a reluctant recluse, and he's set up shop to cater for the larger mining companies and prospectors in Lal Druid. He points out the way towards his shop, being a warren resting under a large limestone rock. As you appear before the store, you do see that indeed Andrew has excavated himself a large, cool warren underneath a large limestone rock. Andrew is always there to cater for those who need them, only should they respect the disastrously high shipping costs to get the goods here in the first place. As you approach, you hear a ruffling and a snuffling and two large ears as an identical armadillo folk appears in front of you.
Is this like Last Airbender situation?
Oh my god!
I'll go get my brother.
You see, and Andrew appears and says, "Good day to you all. What can I rustle up for you?"
I think we need some rope.
True.
That's the one thing that we actually need to purchase.
Yeah.
But I think we were wondering if you could tell us about the saloon.
He said, I mean, what do you want to know about the saloon? Good luck trying to get in.
Well, we were just at your brother's, and
My cousin?
your cousin. Sorry, I thought you were brothers.
What? People say we look so different.
In what world?
You're... Oh,
On what plane?
Yeah,
wow.
you're identical.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm hearing this for the first time. No one's ever pointed that out to me before.
No, your ears, they're slightly different.
Oh,
Right?
of course.
Yeah, they're slightly different.
Yeah, complete black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very different people. I apologize to my compatriots. We're new in town and just kind of trying to get to know the land. We were up speaking to your cousin about his daughter. Have you heard?
Oh, yeah, Irene. Yeah, she's always getting in trouble, but yeah, he's really stressed out this time around.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw her?
Well, the last time I saw her, she was hanging outside that tavern of yours, outside Miss Miranda's saloon, which there's no way she'd be invited into that place. That place is invite only, and she doesn't have much clout around this town to be invited in there. But apparently she was looking around with some of these folks in black robes have been causing a havoc in the city.
What kind of havoc?
I don't know. There's always a new person coming in every week preaching something, this or that. I think they call themselves the Anchorites or something like that.
Right, we have heard of them.
Yeah, we saw them on the notice board. What were they
have
doing?
The ritual.
Is that midnight tonight?
I believe so.
Okay.
Do they hang around the saloon often?
I don't think so, especially with the security they've got outside Miss Miranda's. You don't want to be lollygagging around there, that's for sure. There's some pretty high rollers roll into Miss Miranda's saloon. It's not for your average rubble on the street.
So you were the one that saw Irene outside Miss Miranda's?
Well, I thought it was her. I mean, you know, she has, she kind of does have similar ears to mine. If you
He goes in a moment of self-reflection, yeah.
That's what I've been told by some of my customers. You know, I like to keep my parlor stocked back here, so I, deal in a few whispers here and there, but that's all we gleaned from it. That's why we put up the poster.
Well, thank you for the information. Well,
Is that it? You just came? My brother sent you for a chat?
And a rope.
and
Robe! Excellent! You see immediately ducks back in, and he's like pulling out like rope, like one of those like clown magic tricks with he's like, you just stay weighing and I'll just sniff it.
can I stop him at like 50 feet?
50 feet, yes. So how much rope do you guys want?
Do we want each of our rope
4
back?
sets of 50 feet, so we each have rope?
That's a good idea.
Because
Yeah.
you didn't have rope to
Yeah,
begin
right.
with, Jeremy, so that's probably a good thing to do.
Yeah, let's do that. How much would that set us back?
Well, 4 lengths of rope. Usually retail price would be about 10, 12 gold, but I'll sell it to you to 8 gold. How about
You
that?
sound so sure of that. Are you
Nope,
sure?
I was completely sure. You misheard.
Inside check.
8 gold for rope.
My inside is 9 or 11.
Nah, he beats it.
I can cover that. That's fine.
Great. 8 gold pieces, and he swamps out a massive big coil of rope. You guys need anything else? I got just nicks and knacks in the back.
Is there anything you would recommend for a travel out into the desert?
Oh yeah, well we have a hold on a second, and he ducks back into his warren, and you hear like crashing and banging and like pans falling to the ground. He's like, I have this new one of a kind. What did you say you were doing again?
Traveling.
Traveling kit.
I'm highly concerned.
You see, this is basically another explorer's kit. It gives you a couple of trap disarmers, things like that, as well as a water still, which enables you to purify water sources and things like that. That's 25 gold for the bundle.
Do we want it?
I don't think we need that.
So you just came here to rope and talk, and that was. Well, I suppose you are going after my niece, so.
And we asked what was necessary, and you suggested this explorer's kit, and we don't need that. So I don't know if we can change reality.
I don't think I've got anything to change reality.
No.
If you do, let us know.
Oh, first thing, I'll let you know. Well, anyway, you know where to find me. I don't really travel far. Got to keep my worm protected from all those sticky fingers. So let me know how you go with finding Irene. I'm sure she'll be all right.
Will do. Pleasure doing business with you, Andrew.
All right, now, out of line.
Is there anyone even behind us?
There's a couple.
Oh, okay.
We shuffle.
Bye, Andrew.
It doesn't seem like there's much choice in this town.
Okay.
Well, we have a lead, and maybe we don't have to go into Miss Miranda's saloon.
We can always go have a drink. We've been traveling for a while. Maybe we should relax. How hard can it be to get an invite? Let's just go hang out the front and see what happens.
Guess we can go get a sense.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, I've got a feeling this is going to go terribly.
Yeah.
That's how the best plans always go.
So off to the speakeasy.
Yeah. Terribly.
So you guys headed off to the speakeasy.
Miss Miranda's.
No, Miss Miranda's.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
you can't get in without invite to Miss Miranda's saloon.
Yeah, we're trying to see who's hanging around.
Oh, okay, sweet.
check it
All right.
out.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
You won't be going for a drink though.
No, we're just doing
No.
a drive-by.
Okay, sweet. You make your way back down into the gorge. You pass by the septic speakeasy and surgery and continue to the much more demure and tucked away Miss Miranda's saloon and card den. You have trouble asking people for directions to this place. They kind of give you a raised eyebrow here and there, but eventually you do make it to a saloon. At the front, you see a massive troll standing under a ledge in the canyon wall. Affixed to the ledge in large bulbous lights reads Miss Miranda's Saloon and Card Den. Feng, can you give me a nature check, please?
Oh no.
Hey, I rolled an 18, which becomes a 19.
The light seems super, super familiar, and as you get closer, you realize that it appears to be coming from moon pixies trapped in the light bulbs of the card den. Behind the troll is an aura of dark and red-purple light emanating outwards from a portal, signaling a tear of the demiplane.
Ooh.
Ugg the troll, as his name badge suggests.
Sorry, what's his name?
Ugg, as in the famous slipper.
What's on his feet?
And you see he is menacingly looking out in the crowd and fiercely guarding this portal.
I'm very intrigued. Can we see anyone entering or leaving the portal? Like, I'm trying to get a sense if maybe are they called Arcanauts? Sorry?
Arcanites.
Arcanites. Are they, frequenting this place? Are they coming and going?
You can make a perception check or an investigation check. Yeah, or insight, actually. Make me an insight check.
Inside? Okay. 16.
You see not many people are actually, even the flow of people traffic through the city, no one is actually like looking to this. It seems like almost like a super exclusive club that you wouldn't be able to get into. You don't see many throngs or groups gathering around.
Cool. I don't think I can do much about the moon pixies now. Anyway, I remember a few people saying that there's an abundance of them, so not surprised that they're used for industrial, I guess, purposes.
But there's so much glowing moss.
I know. Why?
Worst case, we can come back to this place later if we really need answers. But we know what it looks like. We know where it is. We know what kind of clientele and what kind of staff we'd be facing if we come into contact with it as well. So
then what's our plan before midnight tonight?
The sun has begun to set, and you see most of the throngs make it to the other watering place in the city.
Well, why don't we go get a drink?
Sounds good.
Wait out the night?
Don't get too drunk before the meeting.
I can't promise anything. No, I don't. No. Don't get any ideas.
Fang was more talking to himself.
I'll keep an eye on you, bozos. Let's go.
The septic speakeasy rests back towards the entrance of the city, resembling a large iron-clad barrel jutting out from the wall of the cabin. A gutter system from the roof of the construction leaks what appears to be a chemical spill-off, dribbling down into a culvert. The throng of voices and jeers from the crowd inside is undeniably intriguing, with pipe smoke and stumbling patrons emanating from the small entrance. Inside, small tables with illuminated jars are bedecked with denizens of Lal Udrud, with these patrons meandering to a central circular bar in the middle of the space. Behind the bar is a tower of bottles, liquors and barrels, forming a higgledy-piggledy staircase to a room upstairs. Behind it rests the doctor, Kibble Anthrax. She sports a tight black suit, albeit with many holes and scorch marks, a high-collared white shirt with a silver cravat, protected by a leather apron. They sport a lime green complexion and an aggressive bang, heavy-set features and iridescent purple nails. All are chipped, several are missing. What would you like to do?
Sorry, an aggressive bang.
One bang.
One bang.
One singular bang. I guess we'll go up and order a drink.
Yeah, can we get a table?
Yeah, that would be good.
You see, now it's moving into happy hour. Most of the tables are occupied. You can make a group persuasion check if you would want to move someone off the table.
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh,
Do a
God.
group persuasion check.
I got a nat 20.
Wow. I got a 9.
11.
6.
Okay.
Can I lift all this?
Yeah, of course. I would say that with that nat 20, you swell to your size and like intimidate this table that's close to the entrance of the speakeasy.
We actually booked that table. I don't know if they told you.
Oh, we're so sorry, sir.
But that's totally okay. Feel free to come have a drink with us later.
One of them falls over, trying to like get out of the table quick
No,
enough.
I'm not trying to scare you, but just like we need that table.
And they're already gone.
Oh, bye.
That's right. We're at the table. Yep.
Yeah.
We
Fantastic. Good job, Fang.
are meant to be
Helped.
here.
We helped.
We helped.
Let's order some drinks.
You make your way to the bar, and the doctor greets you all.
Who's reserving our table? We turn around.
I'll go. Fang sits at the table. Order me a drink, please.
Will do.
Sir,
Well, welcome to the Septic Speakeasy Surgery, dolls. What can I get you for?
hi. Your strongest?
Well, what? We're not feeling the best? I do have my patented hangover cure if you'd like.
I'm just old, but thank you.
Oh, that'll get you. That'll get you good.
Age is not kind.
Well, you know, most alchemists, they're trying to find that philosopher's stone or whatever, mumbo jumbo, to help you out with that, but I think that's a little bit boring. I'm more of a universal solvent type of alchemist, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that seems like it'd do better business.
Well, I've got some, today for happy hour, we've got the Moon Pixie cocktail, and we've also got just the regular Crag Brew, which is half price, whatever trickles your fancy. I can also cook you up some antelope, that'll be real tasty as well, hibachi style.
I'll just grab a round of cocktails if I could, please.
Oh, wonderful. You see she, using cantrips, begins to pour the cocktail. You see a blue-green liqueur with a full preserved pixie in the bottom of it, and she starts pouring them out into cocktail jars, foaming them up, and hands 4 cocktails to you, and you can hand over some silver.
Yep.
Just some silver.
Okay. You're not making me count it.
And then, yes, she says, you were a complete odd bunch coming in. And I know those are glass houses. Shouldn't really throw stones. You know, I'm me.
Well, we're new to town. So just kind of seeing what's out here.
Oh, that's lovely. And what do you think of our city so far?
Seems to be really lovely.
Really?
Kind of got a good atmosphere to it
Lovely?
at least.
Not dirty, disgusting, depraved, loud. Oh my God, it's so loud.
I mean, it just feels kind of a bit like home to me, so I guess I'm comfortable with it.
Well, I hope home is as profitable as it is for me here. You know me, I'm just here trying to huck some of my solvents, salves, tinctures, any of that you need. Not many people can afford a good cleric around here, so come to me instead. You don't need any teeth extracted, do you?
I've got all mine, I'm good.
What? At your age, you still got all your teeth?
Yes, ma'am.
You see, they have to fight the urge to put their fingers in your mouth.
I just bare my teeth.
Yeah, well, she puts out a hit for your teeth.
Quig looks very confused. Why would anyone need their teeth pulled out?
Yeah. So, well, I'm glad you like the city so far. But is there anything else I can help you with?
You heard anything about the anchorites?
Oh, well, I've been here for a couple months now. I don't know, ever since we had, that's what happens in business. You get the influx of the good and the influx of the disruptive, let's just say that. There's a lot of people here thinking a lot of different things, so I suppose it's a good thing, but let's just say they have some pretty unusual practices around here.
Disruptive to business?
Not really. They keep to themselves a lot. They say some pretty crazy things about the gods, though, and they don't like them too much, that's for sure.
What kind of things?
I don't pay too much attention. They'll be gone in a couple of months anyway, and there'll be a new band of so close to say QAnoners. I'm so close. A new round of conspiracies coming in with a cure for all your happiness and all that nonsense. Look, I always say there's only one surefire solve to all your problems, and that is deep, deep, deep at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. That's all I'll say. That is tried and true.
Yes, ma'am. You know anybody who's up for a good gossip or would know anything that we could just kind of blab about?
You see she raises her eyes and she's like, y'all better stick to cocktails and anchorites, because gossip could get you in a bit of trouble in these parts.
Well, I don't mean gossip. I just mean, information or someone who's willing to have someone who's got a little bit of a loose lip that we can, not pry, but listen in on.
Well, I mean, you're looking at him, but I'm not going to be losing my lips for nothing.
Fair enough. No, I'm not going to push anything. I was just curious.
I slide over 2 gold.
Just slide it back to you.
Fine then. I'll take the cocktails and I'll go.
All right, let's go take a drink. Thank you for your service. It's been lovely having a conversation.
No wonder. Y'all now enjoy your drinks. Let me know if I can have anything else for you. And yeah, just be careful who you chatting in whose ear. You just never know around these parts.
Can I make an insight check on her as we walk away? Just kind of if that was a warning, or if she was trying to if that was a threat, or if it was just generally her trying to keep us on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Dead eyes don't let me down. 16.
You see someone who is industrious and maybe has a really good understanding of how this city works. Mm-hmm. And not so much a threat, but more the sense that if you want to really talk, you have to put up something that's worth talking about.
Yeah.
And no one is going to put their neck out just for rumors.
Easy.
Not in this town.
Not in this town. Cool. Yeah, take the drinks back to the table, kind of sit down with everyone and be like, well, there's definitely some feelings about those anchorites around here.
Why? What happened?
Basically, we're just warned that they're bad news and that they're conspiracy theorists and have some interesting feelings about things.
She said a conspiracy.
So maybe tonight we shouldn't go to the meeting, but we should spy on the meeting.
I thought that's what we were doing anyway, but yes.
Oh.
That's a great idea.
I don't think any of us were planning on throwing ourselves into a semi-cult-like situation.
That being said...
Yes, of course. I knew that plan the whole time.
Some cloaks.
You could rock some cloaks.
I knew that was the plan the whole time.
Sweet. How many drinks do you guys have?
Quig doesn't drink. As in, he's like, great. The Starlit Conservatory kind of looks down on
Fun?
mind alteration without scientific purpose.
And maybe also cannibalism.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say I didn't see that. I've become very vegan, very... I would not trust any food in this town.
I want to drink, but I also don't want to consume a fairy.
You didn't see the fairy.
Okay, Fing does it.
Yeah, I think Lysandra cheers.
Cheers. Fing has at least one.
Okay, and what?
I think I'll just try and pass you my little hip flask as well. It's just like straight whiskey if you want to drink.
No, that's alright.
I just give you a hard candy instead.
Oh, cool.
Whiskey or hard candy?
One or two by
I love the option.
The reason
Sweet.
why Quig's confused by the teeth thing is that he's like, fairies never get their teeth pulled out. Like, why would you pay for someone to take your
Are we
teeth?
having an actual conversation about this?
No.
No, humans get cavities.
Yeah, no, I think he'd be like, I think he would ask it, why do people get their teeth pulled out?
Well, humanoids have a tendency to have teeth and implements come out slightly interesting sometimes, and then sometimes if they're not looked after properly, they can rot.
How do you look after teeth?
You clean them with a brush.
Alright.
Yeah. Do you not have a tooth? Do your teeth stay magically clean?
I smile, it's so bright. So bright.
You are like the Colgate advertisement. Alright, lucky bastard.
Alright, so it's a few hours until midnight now. There's a few other things in the city you haven't seen too. Specifically the two circles in the city, the Wildfire Circle and the Circle of Stone. You also have the Anchorites meeting in a couple of hours. So what would you like to do? Would you like to prepare?
Moving, in the speakeasy, I'm intrigued. Is there anyone pulling, quite a large crowd? Is there anyone commanding most of the patrons' attention? What's the deal of that? What's happening in there?
You definitely see that Dr. Kibble Anthrax is really the patron in here. Mostly there's miners and common folk in here. This is really just your everyday folk in Lala Druid. There, of course, may be a few hooded figures around, which you have to get closer to interact with them.
Yep.
But the fact that they're wearing a hood is probably because they do not want to be noticed.
And do we see anyone get their teeth pulled?
Yes, every now and then you do see Dr. Kibble. She'll ring a bell behind the bar, and one of the miners will be laid on the bar, full of spread eagle, and she will produce from her apron a white, hot pinchers, and she will just jams them into the miner's mouth and rips out a tooth, and the whole speakeasy erupts in cheers. And then, blood squirts from them. She immediately cauterizes it as an audible.
Yeah, Fang wants to ask the individual once they're, moving back to their seat. So why do you get your teeth pulled like that in a random bar?
Oh,
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I'm sorry. I've only got 2 copper. It's happy hour. I gotta wait till next week, otherwise.
I think we need to build a dentist in this city.
Well, they're using fire, and you like fire.
Don't tell people that.
All right, this guy can pull teeth.
No, I can't. I can try, but I might kill your mum.
All right, what would you guys like to do?
Emerson, fuck your campaign. We're becoming dentists now.
We're going to be called the dentist.
Dentist tycoon.
Son.
Your opium is actually your opium's actually just fluoride.
Yeah, it's excellent.
We're going to
Found the
start
application.
toothpaste.
But now, maybe should we find where this meeting is happening and see if we can get a good hiding location?
Yeah, I think scout it out, try and find somewhere to hide.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to go out before it gets dark or after it gets dark?
I think maybe before, so we can have a good look at where the area is and where we can find spots, and then settle in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Less tracking in the dark. Light.
Okay, you make your way out of the speakeasy and make up the opposite, back out through the tent city. And on the opposite side from the Mantelope grazing grounds, you begin to ascend on the far side of Udruid Gorge. As per the note posted by the Anchorites, you follow up to a rise and over which you see an ancient henge. Anyone can give either a history
I'll do a history check.
or nature check.
Can I do an arcana check? Are hinges magic? Innately? Perhaps?
You know what? Go for it.
Thank you. It was not worth it. I got a 12 arcana.
I got a 16 history.
I got a 10 nature.
17 nature.
Okay.
Speak to me, magic rocks.
He just goes and licks them.
I can't speak with rocks.
As you look over, you see a huge henge of inverted pinnacle rocks towering towards something in the center of this henge. You see it's kind of almost like the spines of like an urchin or something that are like protruding inwards. And there's great space underneath these pinnacles as well. If you want to get closer into the henge, you would have to go and do that, but that's what you can see here. You assume because it's a henge and you've seen henges in the Fey Court that this is the same kind of thing, but you cannot rule out whether or not it is actually magical. So you guys are actually on a rise here. You see that there's a small track that leads in towards it, but there's no track on the other side of the henge. It seems like this is the only really important thing that people come up here for.
And my understanding that the meeting would take place inside there.
That's what you would deduce.
Forgive me if you've already said this, but do we have a good view into the henge from up here, or we have to get down and close?
You have to get closer.
Okay. Well, we can see it, but we can't see in. Do we want to risk trying to hide behind some rocks down closer, or...?
Still a light here. You still have a bit of time before the meeting starts.
Okay.
So it's up to you. If you stay here to hide now, though, you will have to hide from whoever is coming up behind you. If that makes sense.
I could always disguise myself and sneak into the meeting.
Yeah, I can also do that if we need to.
If we need to send spies in, yeah, go. I wouldn't say don't go for it.
We could hide on the other side of the henge where there's no pathway going up to it.
Yeah,
So that way we're not going to be spotted by anyone coming in.
and we provide backup if things go wrong.
Exactly, listen in.
Although, how well did splitting up go for us last time?
That was very different circumstances.
True. Okay, yeah, I mean, it sounds like a plan.
Everything worked out in the end, so it'll be fine.
Okay.
It did work out. Yep.
And we'll be right there in case something happens. We can run in and help.
Do we have a signal?
Yeah, what's our distress call?
Scream like a dentist is pulling out your tooth.
Okay, there are no dentists.
Scream like your tooth is being pulled out.
Sounds like a plan.
Does anyone have a kind of messaging spell or anything like that?
No use.
I have minor illusion.
Fireworks. I don't know. We're gonna cause attention no matter what, I guess.
We'll be fine.
Okay, what's your plan?
So I think Quig and Fang are going to disguise themselves and make their way into the meeting with the crowd that comes forth, and then Lysandra and Louis are going to go hide on the other side. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
As backup.
So that they can see into the meeting.
We have an hour on disguise self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lysandra and Louis, are you going to move through the henge and then come out on the other side?
There's no one here yet?
Not from what it appears to be.
Okay.
I think so, yeah. I think it'd be good to scout
Scout
out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're leaving the boys behind.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna, before we go, I'm just gonna quickly, give them both a hard candy and give them bardic inspiration to go off with.
Does Bardic love?
only a minute.
Oh, it's
10
only
minutes.
minutes. Is it 10
I think
minutes?
it's 10.
Okay.
Hang on.
Just quickly reread
I
it.
was
Yes,
wondering if
sir.
it was a combat.
Yeah, I looked it up after we spoke about it.
For 10 minutes, the creature can add it to one ability check, attack, roll, or saving throw.
Cool.
So I'll give it to you both.
But the meeting doesn't start for an hour.
Oh,
does it?
true.
Yeah.
I'll hold off on that then.
Yeah.
I give you both hard candy anyway.
Thanks.
All right. Lysandra and Louis, I need you to make. Are you moving stealthily or just?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
You're going to need a stealth check from the both of you as you move through, as well as any investigative check you want to make, either perception, insight, history, as you move through the henge.
I got a 12.
For your stealth? Okay.
7 for stealth.
7. So let me know what you're rolling.
I'm rolling history. I got a 16.
16 history.
I'm rolling a perception and I got a 11.
11. With that 16 history, Louis, you're old. This
Yeah.
is old. Very, very old. Something perhaps even before, similar to the Burrower's Keep. And again, you are walking across all these ancient structures and this notion of lost artifacts. And it is starting to be like, wow, there's a massive big world out here of stuff that, you were the queen in Hermitage, the queen of your castle, basically.
Yeah.
And you've lived your whole life not knowing about any of this stuff. So probably a bit overwhelmed at this moment as
Yeah.
you're walking through. until Lysandra points out to you a small stone altar in the middle of the henge, from which all of the pinnacles are pointing towards. It seems carved from the ground itself and pretty unassuming or not very important.
Okay.
Do you continue through the henge?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Alright, how are you positioning yourselves?
I think we just want to, like, on the other side of the henge, find some kind of scrub or rock or bush that we can kind of tuck ourselves behind so we can hear, but it's not be seen.
Okay. If you want to hide in a place where it is going to conceal you better, you can make your stealth check with advantage. If you want to hide somewhere where you're going to be able to easily get into where you need to be in terms of into the henge in a moment's notice, you can make that stealth check with disadvantage.
I think Lysandra would want to be ready to jump into the action, but she doesn't have great stealth. So that's that. But I think Louis should be more well hidden.
Okay. So we have a small split party.
It's not that. Is there a way to do it so
Together, I just
like,
want to know.
together,
You're
yeah.
together. I just want to know how well. What's the way up here?
Yeah.
Do you want to get the jump on them, or do you want to conceal yourself?
I think we have people on the inside so we can find stuff out in terms of we don't need to be that close. So I reckon we can maybe hide a bit better and be the backup if we need to.
Okay.
If something starts to go wrong, we can start to make our way out at that point.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So stealth with advantage then?
Make your stealth checks with advantage.
So for Lysandra, that's going to be a flat roll because she has disadvantage.
Okay.
What did we roll?
I got a 12.
12 for Lysandra.
I rolled 2 2s.
Oh,
So not good.
Ooh.
and your last one wasn't great.
I know.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Is she dancing?
Just swaying arms and she's waltzing around the inside of the henge.
All right, we will cut back over to Feng and Queen.
The boys.
What is your plan?
So we're going to wait until people start to come up as like a crowd for this meeting and then disguise ourselves and blend into the crowd.
Yeah, just join in from the side.
Okay. So do you position yourselves, hide yourselves in any way?
Yeah, we would have to hide off to the side of whatever path from the main town to here.
All right.
Yeah, and then as soon as we see a crowd, we'll tack on to the end.
Yeah.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Nice, 21.
21.
Thing rolled a natural 1.
We need to stop trying to stealth places, people. We're not good at this.
It's fine.
And I needed the roll of a 19 to get 21, so...
Okay. The sun begins to set and drone on. You start to see the lights and lanterns being lit in the city below you. It is quite a spectacle up here. The wind howls overhead, really outlining how desolate and quiet it is up here, even though the sounds of the city slowly begin to waft towards you. Soon, as the moons begin to rise in the sky, you see a pinprick tail of lights begin to emanate from below you on the trail. It is still quite dark. It seems to be around about 10 people coming up the path from which you just came. Would you like to disguise now?
Yeah, I was going to say, how many minutes away are they?
Oh, you can see them coming from a long while off.
How many minutes away are they?
Oh, you wait until
Yeah.
they're within 10 minutes?
No, I would say 5.
5 minutes away.
Yeah, they only have to be out of range
Yeah.
to hear or see us disguise ourselves.
Okay, you disguise yourselves.
I am Ardwenavir, our elven friend,
You are Arju Winevere.
but in a black cloak, you know.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I jokingly turn to Fang and I'm like, oh, Daddy wouldn't approve of this.
Thing, going to
So-
self-impose a charisma saving throw. Natural 1 again.
Fang throws up.
Yeah. Thing just shit.
Oh no.
So let me be clear. You're Arju Winevere in a black robe.
Yeah, it was just the first face that came to my mind when I thought of who I'm going to disguise myself as.
Okay. And Fang, what are you trying to turn yourself into?
Feng is going to become his arch nemesis from back home, Rizabeth, also in a black cloak. So she is a lizard folk. She once burnt my agricultural project. Damn her. So this is my indirect revenge on her.
Oh, what a troll.
I reckon he goes down to 5 feet tall. Rizabeth is not like that giant lizard that he turned into, which was much more of a beast. She's much more sleek, elegant, but almost like this slimy kind of grey, dark red colour.
So as you transform into your relevant disguises with those abysmal stealth checks.
So sorry, can I cast one more spell actually?
Yes.
One last spell.
Because I'm worried that this could end up in having for us to escape. So as I cast Disguise Self, I would also like to cast Long Strider on myself. So my movement increases by 10 feet.
How long will that last?
An hour.
Nice.
Same as Disguise Self.
In the I will say with those bad stealth checks are kind of you quickly trying to cast these spells, and you do see just below you the convoy of lanterns stops and a voice calls up, "Who goes there?"
Just 2 people trying to come to the meeting.
Do you step out into the lantern?
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
step up.
As you step out, you see a hooded figure standing directly below you, also in a black hood and almost like a puzzled expression over their shadowy face, and they say, "I'm sorry, I don't think we've met. You're anchorites?"
Well, hopefully new ones.
Yes, we saw your message on the notice board.
Well, you're a bit keen, aren't you? Gesturing to your black robes. Where did you get those from?
We picked them up from the local tailor.
We heard that you wear black robes.
So we wanted to fit in, hope that like improved our application.
Give me. I'm gonna say
Surely.
the tailor gave it disadvantage, but then the really wanting to join the group gave him advantage. This is a flat persuasion roll.
Come on, both of us.
I'm gonna take the average. If you do both, it's the average of both of yours.
Okay.
Let's just both roll.
I got a good persuasion.
Let's do it.
I got a 17.
I got a 13.
You see the figure goes, "Well, I suppose you could join the other initiates then," and he steps beside to let you inside the group of anchorites moving up the hill.
Let's just move into the group.
Great. Yes.
That's an interesting accent for an elf.
Yeah. Well, my daddy says it's a fine accent. Quick's trying really hard to sound like I want to be.
Really bad.
Now you see the figure goes to another one of the black-robed people and kind of raises an eyebrow and then shrugs.
Just hitting Quig. Shh, we're gonna get caught.
Trying so hard.
And they lead you onto the henge. Louis and Lysandra, it is dark. You're watching the stars slowly crawl overhead. The flickering light of torches begins to illuminate the henge before you as the procession enters. You see several of these black-robed figures form almost like a crescent shape before the stone altar. As the Arcanites begin to arrange the new initiates in front of them, you see the purple light from the moons begin to dapple the area as the head figure begins to speak. "Welcome, one and all, to this new initiation of the Arcanites. We, in this group, reject the order of gods and the cosmos, believing that the cycle of life and innovation is stifled by the influence and obeisance to the gods." And while he's making this monologue, I will allow Quig and Feng to make perception checks.
I would like to, look for any armadillo folk in here.
Yeah, interesting. Feng got a 19.
I got a 21.
21. As the figure continues to speak, you do see familiar ears right at the front before one of the Arcanites, as well as a trembling jittering figure who's just darting and looking around at all of the shadows casted by the pinnacles.
Kobold.
As the familiar face of this kobold, who's just desperately looking around, checking with everyone else, being like, is this what we're here for? No, this is what we're here for. Like, very unsure of themselves. The figure continues to address the crowd. They say that the practice of necromancy is forbidden, a mockery to the gods and their divine will. Well, we say that we take our destiny into our own hands, and to disgrace this divine influence, we will attempt to cleanse our souls from this eternal cycle, reawakening ancient lives before the great deluge of divine intervention. Free ourselves all from this arbitrary shackle of being. And you see the figure reaches into the pocket of his sleeve and withdraws a small vial of deep blue liquid. They crack it under their nose, beginning to chant in a language. Does anyone here speak Infernal?
Nope.
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 I did take it originally and then dropped it. You told me.
I told you to drop it. Eyes dart, and his eyes begin to dart from side to side and roll in the back of their head, and exhale. And then suddenly they exhale a large blue mist. The acolytes in front of them begin rubbing their eyes, and then the ground beneath you begins to rumble and shake. You hear the squeal of Irene as a hand pulls from the earth and grasps around her ankle, and that is
Wait.
where we will end our session.
What?
What?
Well, Irene was there.
Yeah, we saw the ears.
Yeah, the ears
Oh,
of it.
I did not get that at all.
We said he's just said familiar ears because we were talking about.
Oh, because then everyone else said kobold, so I thought it was the kobold.
No, familiar ears, and we also saw.
Oh my gosh, okay, that was so... Oh, damn it, I totally would have done something. I didn't realize Irene was there.
Might
We'll have to
we might
wait
have a
till
chance.
next week.
No!
Blue mist.
Yeah, what was that? Interesting.
Curious.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Anyway, gang.
Infernal.
Selfless plugs for this week?
So my selfless plug for this week is pigeons. I think they're really cute and really sweet, and they make me really sad because they're such bundles of little joy, and they're just kind of the feral cats of birds that we abandoned because they originally had such an important job, and then someone decided that they didn't like them. So I'm here showing my appreciation to pigeons. I think they deserve a shout out.
Have you been thinking about this since a couple of weeks ago when Quig found that book on how to turn birds into messengers?
Yes. Yes, I want to make pigeons. I want to make messenger pigeons.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to go on a deep dive, look up Pigeon Boy as a I can't remember if it's American or Australian cartoon, but that was in childhood and that was some messed up
wait.
stuff.
Is that where the guy turns into like a pigeon
Yes.
superhero thing?
Yes.
I've seen. Yeah, deep memories.
Yeah. Unlocking core memories.
Yes, archive unlocked. Anyway, thanks so much, gang, for this week. We'll see you all next week. And as always, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram page at Down Under Dungeon Pod for weekly episodes. Continue filing in for our competition, our NPC competition, and hopefully we will see you next time.
Yeah, that closes next week, so you don't have long.
Get those in.
Get them in.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.